Kimbo Kimbo na Tanzania Mazulu Kimfumu Kiakuisa. Welcome to the Bantus, welcome to the non-Bantus, welcome to the followers of my channel. Uh, yeah, we appreciate all of you. Everyone that walks in love, everyone that walks in righteousness, everyone that loves the truth is here. Welcome. Everyone that wants to learn, everyone that wants to participate, to live in unity, in the Kintwadi with us is welcomed. This is my brother Alex Gabriel. He is
Yeah.
not a new face in our community. Hmm? It shows us that we Muntu, yeah, we are respecting the creation itself. We are respecting every nation, hmm? And that we also know that the nZambi, like it is written in Jerusalem, there were not only Jews, huh? And when the Mwanda came, my brother, because the Mwanda has nothing to do with color, when the Mwanda came, all of them start speaking in different kinds of languages and tongues. Huh? And today we're searching for someone that will open an assembly and temple where you will find all nations under Tatanzambi Yamazulu. All nations. Now make it. You are the Messiah if you can do that. This
I
is
know,
what the
right?
Messiah wants. The Messiah wants to show someone, to bring someone forward. It will gather the nations from the four corners of the earth, the chosen ones. Hmm?
Yep.
Tell that our Hebrew Israelites brothers if they will understand this.
I hope they do understand. You know
Yeah.
that the Nami has created all different types of people to show
Hmm.
everyone that he is very mysterious. You know, every person represents a little piece of the Most High.
Mysterious. This has also something to do with our title today, Miracle of Yisolele, land of our ancestors, promised land. Of
Hmm.
course, we cannot say too much this name, no, because it is exactly the same name like the virus that is going around now here. If you start talking about this name, not even you will it will just make click. You will see letters coming, even in the darkest place of Africa, they will find you because you have said a name that they really don't like. The Jewish name. Yeah, yeah, it is like it is. So yeah, yeah. Introduce yourself.
Sammy family. I'm Alex Gabriel Bantu, and I'm
Mm,
here to serve the Most High. That's it. You know,
get down.
you got that.
Now, many people will ask themselves, why are you here? Hmm? What is the present that you have brought to the Binabito?
I brought them a I brought them a very interesting history lesson to show the people that the Most High has chosen the land, not human beings, but human beings like Jews.
Inget, yeah, so you received the package. Hmm?
Hmm.
You received the package, and like it is, because the Nzambi is working on you. You could discern it. You could unpack the package, and you worked on the package that uh, uh, I gave you.
An angel
And now,
gave me.
exactly. And now I think people will see how powerful it is to have a strong man behind him. Let us pray.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. By the way, but let me honor you today to the highest because I
Oh,
know that
really
a
nice.
manifestation will come out. Okay, let us pray.
You got
Tanzania Mazulu, Father, we are here as your child. We want to learn, all of us. Tanzania, you have said even children used to play drums, and the elders used to dance. Dawidi was saying, I am wise and clever, smart, not because I'm old, but because the Most High Spirit is with me. So we are calling the Spirit down here for today. Leaders, yeah, be with us, yeah, help our brother, yeah, to be a leader, yeah, lead us and teach us the things, yeah, that you have revealed him, yeah, teach all of us, yeah, help me as well for this preaching and everyone else for understanding. Ingeta.
Ingata.
Now, let us share the link, right? I can hear a voice. It comes from somewhere. It must
Hope
come
it's not
from your side.
maybe.
Do you have a TV on or something like that?
No. It could be the echo from the computer.
Oh yeah, there's an echo or something like that. So now, a land for the Jewish people, right?
Yep.
Ingeta.
So as we can see, that the world was trying to look for a place for these people back in the time of history. They've been searching for a land, and they've always kept asking other nations, and other nations kept on helping them. But when we read in the Bible, it says that Tata nZambi has provided them a land from the beginning.
Okay, wait a minute. Please, after this video is finished, download the video because it can be that they will directly take it out. Download the video. Maybe we will upload it again on Facebook or whatever because I know this. I had tons of problems because of these kinds of things that we are teaching here now. That what he has said is completely right. Completely. Yeah. That's why you had World War One, and that's why you had World War Two. Go ahead.
Exactly. So, first of all, I also want to thank you, Mika, for of course allowing me to be on the platform that the Most High has given you, so all of the people in the world can eat the food of life, and also their heart can be unlocked, so that they can have love. Okay.
Please
So,
don't do too much noise there. I can hear so much more noise in the backyard.
so can you scroll down, yeah?
Of course. Let's go.
So, at one time, there was a grand plan to make Grand Island a huge city to be named Iraq. Okay, the plan was hatched in the early 1800s after the birth. Oh, sorry, after the British were defeated in the War of 1812. England had been in control of all the islands in the Nigeria River between Lake Erie.
Niagara River. Niagara River.
Mm-hmm. Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. But once the British had left, Iroquois Indians reclaimed the islands, including what they called the Great Island.
Let me show you the Niagara River.
That's near the Grand Canyon, right?
Exactly. This is the Niagara River. So it's not a small thing, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you will see
It's
what the
interesting.
wicked
It's
people do.
interesting why they chose it there because when you read in the scriptures,
Mhm.
mountains,
Exactly.
waterfall, big, so they
Exactly.
wanted to imitate the Bible.
Exactly. They do everything to replace the truth with a lie. Go ahead.
Exactly. So they call the Great Island now known as Grand Island. Okay, Mordecai Manuel Noah was a writer, businessman, and a politician. He was also the first Jew born in the United States to become nationally known as Noah. Envisioned a grand city to be built on a grand island where American Jews could call their homeland and way they could live and work side by side. So you guys can see it's a visionary from a man, not from the Wandan Semi. Okay? He purchased more than 2,500 acres of the land, nearly one-fifth of the island, with plans to buy more. He ordered a cornerstone monument to be instructed with the words Ararat, a city of refuge for Jews, founded by Mordecai Noah in September 1825, and in the 50th year of America independence. Okay, so if you go down, I also have a picture of it too as well. So they wanted a land for these people. It was a visionary of a man and what he wanted to do for the people that he thought were the people of Scripture. Okay, and then that that failed, and it didn't have many people backing it back in that time. And then they tried again, and this is a little bit of a news article. Okay, this day in Jewish history in 1903, Herzl proposes Kenya, not Uganda, as a safe haven for the Jews. Okay, so anti-Semitism was rearing its head in Europe again. Europe. So the Jews came from Europe, guys. They didn't come from where they are trying to tell you that they came from. Jews, and the Jews needed to flee, but where could they go? The British had a suggestion. Okay, the British, not the Most High. Okay, on August 26, 1903, the Foundation's fathers of the Zionism, Theodore Hazel, proposed British East Africa as a safe haven for Jews. Speaking at the Sixth Zionist Congress, the Uganda scene, as it is usually called, even though the territory proposed was in part of today's Kenya, caused bitter controversy with the Zionist movement. Okay, 1903, Uganda's plan, okay, promotes shooting of Zionist leader and
Apartheid.
oh yeah, apartheid activist is blown to the bits by South Africa intelligence. So as we can see, there's dirty politics at play because of of people's interests. Okay, in 1887, a soldier who revived Judaism in North Portugal is born in 1896. Herzl published his book Der Judge Street, The
The Jew
Jewish State, and
is German.
oh, it's German? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And convinced the first Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland, the next year that Congress adopted what became known as the Basel Program, which aimed to establish a legal assured home in Palestine for the Jewish people. Okay. So what you also guys can see is where all the areas where these people are coming up with the ideas of where the homeland of the Jews are, these are all of their what? They are all their allies, their friends, the people that want to help them because they understand who these Jewish people represent and who they serve. Okay? So this is where the land was supposed to be if it was in Uganda. Okay? Near
And
the
you get
Congo.
Golan here. Can you see that?
Yep.
Golan. Golan is also found in the Middle East, by the way.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That's right, because
Most of the countries that you find in Africa, you will also find names in the Middle East.
yeah, that's right. It's always a copy.
That's a fine. Yeah, it's a copy.
Yeah.
It's a good copy.
Yep.
That
So
only the Hebrew Israelite and the Christians can fall into it. That.
It's sad, but it's a deep pit.
Hmm. Uh,
All right. Yeah.
this you cannot say it too loud because this is yeah, this is the Jewish state, right? This is where
Yeah.
they used to, yeah, exactly. Now, now go ahead. Yeah.
The Jewish Territorial Organization, known as the ITO, was a Jewish political movement which first arose in 1903 in response to the British Uganda office, but, but which was institutionalized in 1905. Its main goal was to find an alternative territory to that of the land of Israel, which was prefer, which was preferred by the Zionist movement for for the creation of the Jewish homeland. Okay, the organization embraced what became known as Jewish territorialism, right? Territorialism, as known as Jewish statism, though not to be confused with the political philosophy of the same name. The ITO was dissolved in 1925. Okay, so as we can also see that Uganda also was also bought out by the people. It just shows that for centuries that that of course the African continent, unfortunately, a lot of the people sold their own land and their own rights to listen to someone else instead of being the true kings and rulers of it. Okay? The Jewish the Jewish Territorial Organization was founded by the British Jewish Authority uh, critics and activists, Israel Zangwill, and British Jewish journalist Lucian Wolff in 1903 and institutionalized in 1905. The establishment
Good to know.
was oh yeah institutionalized in 1905. The establishment was a response to Herzl's rejection of the Uganda proposal, as the ITO led by Zangwill split off from the Zionist movement. It attempted to locate territory suitable for Jewish settlement in various parts of America. Okay, Galveston and on the African, Asian, and Australian continents, yet with little success. So it just shows how when mankind tries to do something, it doesn't really work out. But when the Most High has already put it into motion, it's already there. So these are the people of the ITO. These are all the founders and everything of the movement. Right, now
So
the
now, early settlement of Jewish autonomous oblast, 1920. May 1920, a group of Jewish settlers from Belarus and Russia arrived in a region that became the Jewish Autonomous Oblast. These individuals settled in many different areas of the Autonomous Oblast, some in Birobidzhan and others in various rural settlements. In 1934, the Jewish Autonomous Oblast was formed in the Russian Far East to show that, like other nation groups in the Soviet Union, Russian Jews could receive a territory and wish to pursue cultural autonomy in a socialist framework. The Jews' capital city was in Birobidzhan, and Yiddish was its official language. Jewish life was revived in Birobidzhan much earlier than in other regions of the Soviet Union. Yiddish theatres began opening in the 1970s.
so here's the area that they carved out for themselves
Exactly.
near their
There's also
original.
a story of of the what was his name? Um, the two
Alexander,
huh?
Alexander the Great?
No,
No,
we
no,
have
no. It's
the
a Russia.
Qatarian story and stuff like the two guys that wrote the book about it. You know,
Hmm.
the 13 tribes. Etc.
Hmm.
This shows us that they all come from Russia, from all over Europe. This is what we can say. Yeah. This is because if you see Issakar's, not Issachar, what is his name? Um, uh, Watchman Yahoo, he shows us that Israel goes even into Iraq, Turkey, all these kinds of things. Why do we believe that so? It's because it's a history founded by the whites. Yeah? Because all of them used to come from Europe. Okay, but if we go into the Bible, let us read the scripture here. Okay, let me show you what Mr. Yahoo was saying. Yahoo, by the way, Mr. Yahoo here is at the moment reposting his post, and then you can see this photo here. As you can see, the border is showing you the the true boundaries of Israel as promised to the Benabeto. Can you see the lines
Yeah,
here on this? And you see he's showing you here, you know, he wants to be everything but not a Muntu. This is what he wants to be.
he wants to be part of the melting pot.
Yeah, he is. He is. Maybe he's even, and maybe he's even one of them. Well, I truly believe some of them are. Now, anyway, if we're going to the book of Isaiah, um, it's Isaiah 2. Isaiah 2, and yeah, okay. Then Zambia say, "Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Tanzania have spoken. Children of Yisolele, I reread and brought up, but they have rebelled against me. The oaks, yeah, knows his owner, and the donkey its master's crib. But Isolele does not know, my people do not understand." Okay? They really hates the Most High. They hates the people, they hates themselves, they hate the Most High. They want to be anything else, but they do not want to have anything to do with the Most High either. Not even a little bit. A sinful nation, a people of laden with iniquity, offsprings of evildoers, children who deal corruptly. They have forsaken the Tanzambi. They have despised the Holy One of Isolele. They are utterly estranged. Okay? So, strangers, why will you still be struck down? Why will you continue to rebel? They are rebellious people. Still today, brother. They do not want to have anything to do with the Most High or His land, His people. They do not want to work for Dawidi's kingdom. Just blah, 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 blah. The whole head is sick and the whole heart pain. From the sole of the foot even to the head, there is no soundness in it, but bruises and sores and raw wounds. They are not pressed out or bound up or softened. with oil. Now, what is the important place here that I wanted to show you is Isaiah 2, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's here. 4. Exactly. 4 and 5. Now here. From the sole of the foot even to the head, there is none saltness in it, but bruises and sores and raw wound. They are not pressed out or bound up to soften with oil. Your country lies desolate. Your city are burned with fire. In your very presence, foreigners devour your land. It is desolate, as overthrown by foreigners. And the daughters of Zion is left like both in vineyards, like a lodge in cucumber fields, like a besieged city. Okay, so my brother, what does this tell you?
That means the land, there's nothing there that resembles the Most High's kingdom. It's just
Mhm.
dirt. While we look in this so-called land, they have houses, buildings, temples, shrines. They have everything there. So which place is desolate? People don't live in a place that has nothing there.
Exactly.
The plan
Now,
for the Jewish.
they had also a plan to settle themselves in Australia in the 1930. This is called the Kimberley Shame, right?
Yep,
Okay, they want also to go to Australia, but also, yeah, it didn't work out. Yeah,
yep.
that's why you have many of those people in those countries that we are calling. Okay,
That's also why so many people choose to
and
call themselves Jewish around the world.
exactly. There, this is it was a plan, a real plan to it's from those people here because I see that this video is a dangerous one. I don't want to they to cut my channel. You see, it came from those people here. That's why I know also so much because I used to live with them. Huh? This is the country where I used to come from. Okay, yeah. So these people have a lot to do with all this. They're supporting also these people in the Middle East very much. Yeah, with all the wickedness, with bombs and weapons, etc., etc. Now, let us jump to this one. Huh?
Yep.
Go ahead.
So the Tasmanian as a Jewish homeland. Okay, Tasmania. Okay? 2 years ago, this weekend, a young Jewish man with hope in his heart set off on a bushwalk through Tasmania, southwest wilderness, on a mission that, if successful, could have changed the history of Tasmania and possibly the course of the world events. But for a good supply of waterproof matches, uh, Christensen Parker Jr. might have survived his trek, and a new homeland state of persecuted European Jews mapped out and created around Bathurst Harbor. So once again, it's man's desperateness in their hearts, because their hearts are desperately wicked, wanting something that the Most High doesn't want.
Yeah, they want to be the people from the book. Huh?
Now, the
They want
Balfour,
they want to mislead us, like it also happened today. They want to separate us. Psalms 83. Yeah, they want to make us to not become a nation no more, to not remember ourselves no more, and everything worked very well. It worked very well.
yeah,
You know?
because if you go into the jungle, the lions are with the lions, the pigs are with
Exactly,
the pigs.
exactly. It worked very well, because our people are so confused. And there's like you we have written in the book of Isaiah, and oaks know his master, but my people, they don't care. Hamburger here, yeah, we're going to Canada, and stuff. This is their wishes. But cleaning up your own house, your own mess, they're not interesting. Going back to that what you have lost, not interested. Fighting for that what belongs to you, that is yours. No, 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 no. Why should I die? No, brother. Do you know the story of Angola? Brother, the
I
Angolan people, they used to fight, brother. Still today, if there is corruption in this world, there is not more corruption in this world than in Angola, because this country used to be like the Arabian states, like the countries in Arabia. We have oil, we have diamonds, we have everything what the world needs. Okay,
yep.
but the world knows it. That's why they know that they can't give us not 1 second time to breathe. And we are revolutionists.
Hmm.
The most of the people that the people today ignore, huh? Kimbangwan, no one of them was a normal freedom fighter. All of them were revolutionists, but you can't hear nothing from them. Why? Because they also talked about the Most High. If we see the most of the revolutionists that we're talking about today, the most of them killed very wicked politicians like Nelson Mandela. I cannot even count him as a revolutionist. Okay, this is a Freemason from the highest. Okay, if we today talk about Isaiah so much, it's because he was a revolutionist, but a peaceful one. But now look at this: the whole world, black people, how many times did they fight for their freedom? You can see Haiti fighting for their freedom. You can see in the time of apartheid, Southern Africa fighting for their freedom. But many, even where we scattered, ask them, how many times did you fight for your freedom? Like, really, today we are going to die. It happens 2, 3 times, and then they give up. You see?
Or what they say is, "I am free."
Now they
Yeah.
are free. Hmm?
Yeah.
Now they are free. Everything is okay. Everything's fine. You see? They have everything what they wanted. They are now the same with the white people. They have the same chances. They can be the same. They have the same titles, so everything's okay. But this is a fantasy life today because they are scared. We have a scary people. They're so scared, yeah, you can't even believe. They're
Hmm.
so scared that they do not hate the enemy, but they hate themselves still to the ground. Still to the ground. Brother, I study people and I know our people. Do you see my mouth? Do you see my power? Our people don't have it.
Yep.
You see? They don't have
People, yeah, people like to go through their closet and grab a mask every
it.
day.
Exactly. They used to show you, oh yeah, I'm a lion, but then you see in his words, he's not. He's just showing off. And this is, yeah, where you see that the white man has done a good work. Okay, he have done a great work. We are scared, and only the spirit of the Most High can lift us up, because we are dealing with people that took our identity. They went all over the world, my brother,
Hmm.
all over the world. If it is in England, if it is in the Americas, if it is in Spain, if it is in Germany or whatever, yeah, they took over the identity of the people that live there.
Yeah, because what they did was they studied like a hunter, and they learned everything, and then they copied it, put it within themselves, and they kept telling the people who are the original, "That's not you.
Exactly.
That's it."
You see, what a shame. Okay, for our people, yeah, to giving our land, to giving our goods, our gold, our spirituality, our father to a nation it doesn't belong to. And he himself said, I will go with those who seek me because you do not want me. Because the nZambi is also found in nature, in the country, in the people. So if you do not have love for your own, how can you love the Most High? If you do not fight for your own country, how can you fight for the Most High? Huh? If you do not search for your own gold, if you do not want your own things to grow, how can you make the Most High happy? You hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Most I
You
want us to lead.
my goodness, you know? And this is where the problems are. No one stands up with a true voice, leading different kinds of people into the truth only. And the truth is a creation spirit, a building spirit, where what they fear the most is if they see us becoming wealthy, growing, but with the spirit of the Most High in it,
Mm-hmm.
not with the spirit of TD Jakes, not of the spirit of Joyce and Maya or all these fake people. No, come with the spirit of Simeon Toko, the people that used to hate him so much, and build up a community of the Most High. And now walk and do your protests on the streets. We will see if they will not gunshot you.
Yep.
Now, this happens in Balfour,
Yep.
November 2, 1917, statement of British support for an establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people. It was made in a letter from Arthur James Balfour, the British Foreign Secretary, to Lionel Walter Rothschild, second Baron Rothschild of Tring, a leader of the Anglo-Jewish community, thought the precise meaning of the correspondence has been disputed. Its statements were generally contradictory to both the Sykes-Picot Agreement, a secret convention between Britain and France, and the Hussein McMahon correspondence, an exchange of letters between British High Commissioner in Egypt, okay, Sir Henry Macon and Hussein ibn Ali, then Emir of Mecca, which in turn contradicted one another. Here it is.
Yep. We can see Palestine back before even the war. This was their homeland. And as time progressed and as people were being brainwashed into a white European history, that this is not their land. During World War I, the great powers a made a numbers of decisions concerning the future of Palestine without much regard to the wishes of the indigenous people of Palestine, Arabs. However, believe that Great Britain had promised them independence in the Hussein-McMahon correspondence, an exchange of letters from July 1915 to March 1916 between Sir Henry McMahon, British High Commission in Egypt. What this is showing us, guys, that the Palestinians thought that they would have freedom if they did what the British and all these other European nations did. But what happened is they got their land stolen. And this is why Palestine is fighting the people there.
Exactly. Hussein ibn Ali. Go ahead.
Yeah. Then Emir in Mecca, in which the British made certain common commitments to the Arabs in return for their support against the Ottomans during the war. Yet by May 1916, Great Britain, France, and Russia had reached an agreement, the Sykes-Picot Agreement, according to which Intir Ali, the bulk of Palestine was to be intermissionalized, further complicating the situation. In November 1917, Arthur Balfour, the British Secretary of the State for Foreign Affairs, addressed a letter to Lord Lionel Walter Rothschild, the British Declarations, expressing sympathy for the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people, on the understanding that nothing shall be done which may prejudge the civil and religious rights of existing non Jewish communities in Palestine. This declaration did not come about through an act of, of generosity or stirring of consciences over the bitter fate of the Jewish people. It was meant in part to promote um, um, American Jews to exercise their influence in moving the United States to support British post-war policies, as well as and encourage Russian Jews to keep their nation fighting. It's all about war.
So here you can see the day have started now calling here the land of the Jews from Andre Judah. But this is now in Africa, right?
Yep.
Benin, okay? Because they have searched so much, so many places to establish a kingdom of Judah that they used to go all over, and even in the northern part of Africa. And then you can see here.
They went to the four corners of the earth and they still can't find it.
Exactly. Exactly. And this is what our people will never understand. I tell you, that nZambi have revealed it to me. He said, Maza, just keep doing the work that you do. Many will not understand even to the last. One third of my people will not make it. It is impossible. Even nations will come. Because this video, brother, they will take it off. Because I have the next thing, I will not even share it. I will share it and I will take it directly off. Brother, the nation will come and understand before our people. They will hate this message because they have hated the Most High from the beginning. And then I tell you, and they started to go all over to making what,
Their own homeland.
brother? They took this people that you call today, even people from the Igbo, people from Ethiopia, and people that used to come from Egypt. They made even some of them to become from Morocco Jewish too, my brother. Did you ever heard of a Moroccan Jewish?
No,
No,
no.
brother. My goodness, Morocco Jewish. They're everywhere. Here, you have a look. Morocco Jews here. Moroccan Jews are Jews who live or have lived in Morocco. You see, a significant Jewish population migrated from Spain and Portugal. Sephardic Jews. You see, here, even up to Egypt, my brother. Even in Ethiopia, this ones that we call Ethiopian Jews. That there's other people that used to attack the Bantu awakening. Used to preach for, I believe the Jewish come from Ethiopia and stuff. This is where this comes from.
Hmm. Yeah.
Brother, what do you think?
Well, the whole point of spreading and trying to find a different location for the Jewish people was to also spread their Judaism around the world. The
Exactly.
people
And
can all gravitate towards the Jewish.
exactly. And this is where now this African Jews started to come out. Brother, Jewish is not our name. but you will find it by the Ethiopians, brother. You will find it by the Fulanis, brother. You will find it by those people that enslaved us, enslaved us. They still do not understand, yeah, that this is not ours, and they put it into the Bible. This is the next step, brother.
Hmm.
Hey, brother, the letter J does not even exist
I know.
400 years ago.
I know.
It didn't exist before 400 years. There was no letter J. So now you want to come with this Jewish crap. Do you want to tell me that Jacob was calling his people after that in Egypt Jewish people? It's impossible because in that timeline, letter J doesn't even exist.
It was a Y for Yisolele.
There is nothing like that. You know what they used to teach us today. And brother, do you know what is the funniest thing about all this? Go to a Moroccan, go to a people from Algeria. They have Jewish there too. Go to them and ask them how they used to become Jews, my brother. Ask them now, my brother. Ask them, what is your history here of the Berbers and stuff, brother? They will tell you that monsters used to come to do things to them, and these are people of Put and Khan. Okay, these are real Hamites that we are talking about here. Real Hamites. And today the real Hamites become the Jews. Okay? They will accept all the Hamites. They will accept everyone, but they will never accept the true Benabeto that went to slavery not from the Middle East, not from Iraq, not from Egypt, not from Mecca, okay? But they were taken to Mecca, they were taken to the Middle East, they were taken to China, Arabia, whatever. They were taken to America from now the western part, Atlantic slave trade, okay? From the Portuguese, European, etc., etc. Also by these people that we are calling here now today Jewish.
And the people came from where?
You see? So, and our people, our brother and sister, still today they hang, and these things, and that's why the nZambi say, "Look at this, how clear he is, my brother. Look at this, how clear he is. Hear, oh heaven." He's not talking no more to the people here on earth. He's saying, "Look, heavens, Maleki, forefathers, the ones that came from me, you the saints, listen and give an ear, O earth." Like me, I'm on earth now. Maza, look what I'm Tata nZambi I'm experiencing. For I have spoken, children. I have re reread and brought up ancestors, generations, but they have rebelled against me. The oaks know its owner, and the donkey its master crib, but Yisolele does not know. My people do not understand. Look at this.
Verse 27.
No, normally I need the verse where the nZambi is talking about that the new Israel, there will be no something like fights. Okay? Everyone will sit with the other together. It must be Isaiah 2 normally. But rebels and sinners shall be broken together, and those who forsake the nZambi we pursue, for they shall be ashamed. Now, this is in English. Let me go to the King James Bible. Let me find that one. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, and the loftiness man shall be bowed down to the highness, and man shall be made low, and the Lord of the Zambia shall be exalted in that day, and the idols shall be utterly abolished, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks, into a caves of the earth, for fear of the nZambi and for the glory of majesty, terrible earth. In that day, men shall cast out the idols, etc., etc.
I was just talking about the judgment.
Yes, he's talking about the judgment. Wait a minute. My German Bible is Isaiah 2, but let me see here, Isaiah 3. Okay, I can't find the verse. But anyway, he's talking about uh that um you know when the people will go back to Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is what will happen now, my brother. Okay, then when we will be scattered from the four corners of the earth, there where we go, brother, we will have peace. Okay,
Yep.
no fights, no problems. Okay, and this is what happened already, my brother, and this is what will happen again.
Yep. Not even
But
that. Even the animals, right?
this what they did is, oh man, let me find something and yeah, and say that we are the people from the book, and this belongs to us. But why do they fight themselves like crazy, kill themselves daily over there, brother? Look at this photo here. I want to show you something.
Yep. Even the animals will be at peace.
Oh,
You know?
this is our Israel Adesanya, our Nigerian warrior, not him.
Mm-hmm.
But look at this, brother. These people have big bombs. These are, I think, they're the fourth strongest. They have the fourth strongest army. So I thought that the nZambi used to protect us.
Yeah.
Huh? I thought that the nZambi used to protect us. Why do you have bombs and weapons like that? The fourth strongest army in the world?
I
Here,
thought
every
I thought they
reason
were
Israel
supposed to be number
conquers
one.
war, it fights. Hey, brother, these people have weapons. Brother, the Germans used to give them different kinds of bombs, atomic ships. Hey, this has nothing to do with the Most High. The Most High said, I promise you, if you go back home, Maza has prepared your home already to the best. But what is this? Hmm? Today, the Tanzania
War.
is letting us cleaning up our countries, yeah, so that he can bring the nations, our people, yeah, the nation mislead, they took them captive, so that he can bring them home. Really, what means home? But these people, they took over other people's countries and want to tell us now, hmm, that that the Most High wanted it like this.
It's crazy because if you listen to the people who do interviews there, right? Those people are scared every time they hear the sirens going off. But yet the people are not supposed to be fearful when they're back home.
Hey, my brother, I will tell you something because I will delete this video anyway. Brother, they used to do what? If you go to visit these people in their countries, bro, do you know what they do? They will start offending you. They
Yeah.
offend the Germans. Brother, so many churches, I have heard from so many churches that went to visit these people in Israel. They started to offending them, the so-called holy people.
Yep.
You see? Now here.
This was from a book. I forget what it was called, but this is during the time of Constantine. Okay. So it was a common thing among the early Christian fathers and saints to lie and deceive in their and to deceive if their lies and deceits helped the cause of their Christ. Okay. Lactanus and eminent Christian author who flourished in the fourth century has well said, among those who seek power and gain from their religious oh I'm sorry and gain from their religion, okay, there will never be wanting and in in the word is hard to read, in el in el in alienation to
Where are
forge
you?
and to lie for it. And in
Where are you here? I can't see where you
I'm
are.
on the second line.
Among those who seek power and gain from their religion, there will never be wanting and alienation,
Oh,
annihilation to forge and lie for it. Okay. Gregory of Nazianzus, writings to Saint Jerome says, I can hear so much noise from in the back.
hey,
A little jargon is all that is necessary to impose on the people. The less they comprehend, the more they admire. Our forefathers and doctors have often said not what they thought, but what circumstances and necessity dictated. Do you have war there at home, or what's going on there? Huh? They celebrated Eusebius, bishop of Caesarea and friend of Constantine the Great, who is our chief guide for the early history of the church, confesses that he was by no means scrupulous to etc. etc. So this says a lot, my brother. That's why, my brother, you can see that every if Christian movement is financed by Jewish people. Do you know that?
yeah,
Because Christianity is the pure lie.
it's the pure gateway, right? Okay.
Everything that has to do with Christianity, Jewish people are behind it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why today we come with the Bantu truths. They're like, oh no, no. The Bantu truth will hit their faces. I tell you, we will go so far out from this Bible crap that we'll be like, oh, this all of them are sorcerers. We don't care. The
And
Bible, yeah, and this Christian crap is not ours.
yeah,
Full stop.
when you read this book, I got it from an elder who did a video on it like long ago. What he was saying is the reason why these Christians had to lie was back in this time period. These people knew that what bullshit they're preaching is the lie. So they, and not even that, these Christians in this time period, they were burning the other people's books, knowledge, and everything. So this is why we lost so much stuff, because these are the people who have destroyed the true history and the truth. And then they started preaching this globe earth Jewish nonsense during this time period. And this is why the Christians back then were hated so much.
Especially this Constantine name, brother. He's the
Mm-hmm.
founder of this solar or sun worshipping Jesus, my brother.
Yep.
I tell you, of Jupiter. Huh? How can you? That nZambi saying our people are lost. How can you worship the Most High and be the poorest people on the earth? Tell me, huh? So yeah, this is Decapolis. Can you say something about it?
Decapolis is an area that is on the upper part of Africa, and it was judged by the Most High, and that's why it's all desert now.
You have good learned, my brother. Very good. Now, here it is.
Yep.
The origin of Decapolis. Many of the city that will come to be known as the 10 cities, the Decapolis in Greek. Because what the most of our people do not understand, the language, changing languages, is killing.
Yeah.
You can see that what did they do in Africa? They divided us like a cake, and then they give every country his language. Brother, because if you speak one language in Africa, you are united. Everyone can understand each other. But if everyone speaks another language, my brother, how can you unite? Now look at this. The Bible that we have today is a Greco translation. And then the Romans took over. And then the Jewish has also Arabic influence to it. So they did, all of them did their work to deceive us and give us the history back. A history back that belongs to us, but in Greco-Roman perspective. To catch the thief, we have to study the Greeks and the Romans. And these are the people that are leading us today. Romans, the last kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Many of the cities, we're talking now about the origin of Decapolis, that will come to be known as the 10 cities, Decapolis in Greek, were founded by the Greek settler soldiers of the Ptolemaic and Seleucid kingdoms. These kingdoms were sections of the empire of Alexander the Great, divided among his generals after his death. Brother, did you read all the books of Maccabees?
Oh no, not yet.
Do you know that they came to Congo, the Greeks?
That yeah, yeah.
Yeah. His dream of Hellenizing, making Greek the entire world, did not die with him. The dynasties that followed him were as devoted to Greek ideals as he was, each integrating the local customs and practices into their particular cultures. The Seleucids settled in Persia and Syria, just to north of Israel, and the Ptolemies settled to the south in Egypt. The soldiers of the kingdoms founded many cities throughout Israel, and other cities simply became Hellenized,
Hellenized. Mm.
Hellenized due to their influence. The Maccabean revolt and the support of this revolt by the Hasidim, those furiously devoted to Yahweh and the Torah, was in large part a creation to attempts of these Greek thinking kingdoms to convert the Jews to their pagan values and practices. So, what do you get from that?
What I get from that is during that time period, this is when they started influencing the children of Yisolele to go into the wrong way of walking in the right standing of the Most High, because the whole world already knew where the Most High was, who the Most High is, so they had to find a sneaky way around the laws and the protection that the Most High has put forward around His people. And the only way to do that is to serve other deities and gods.
That's why you have in the book of Maccabees the story of Hannibal. Hmm? Did you
Hmm.
ever heard that name?
Yeah.
That's why you have in the book of Maccabees the story of Alexander the Greek. Hmm?
Hmm.
Why do you find Titus, the book of Romans? You've Ephesus. Why do you find these names in the Bible?
It's small clues.
Eh?
It's small
This sounds
clues.
this sounds not like Small Cruise, but this sounds like Tom Cruise, my friend.
Yeah.
Huh? This is Illuminati inside of this book. Huh? Huh? Freemasonry is inside of this book. Names that have nothing to do with the Most High at all. You see?
And the reason why they put their names in is so they can honor their people and not the Most High.
Brother, almost all the names, cities, and places here, brother.
All wrong.
You will be completely confused if you're a black person. You will honor the white people completely, automatically, automatically. So now, let us go deeper.
Mm-hmm.
In the 40, in 64 or in 63 BC, the Roman general Pompey brought the entire Near East under Rome's dominion. He incorporated the Greek cities east of the Sea of Galilee and one city, Bet Shean, renamed
Scythiopolis.
Scythopolis. That was east of the Jordan. Scythiopolis. This was east of the Jordan River, just south of the sea, into reach of cities known as Decapolis. Before that time, during the Maccabean period, many of the cities had represented the attempts of religious Jews to convert them to their religion and practices. When Rome assumed control of the area, the pagans were pleased to finally receive autonomy from the religious fanatics. To Caesar, Augustus later gave two of the cities to Herod, the king of the Jews. Okay. Now, for a little while throughout New Testament times, these 10 cities remained a league of free city states under the umbrella of Roman authority. Although for much of its history, the Decapolis actually comprised more than 10 cities, it remained its designation as the 10 cities. Many of the cities are familiar to the New Testament reader: Damascus, Philadelphia, modern Amman, Scythopolis, Bethlehem, Gadara, Gadareans, Pella, Geraza, Hippos, okay, was a major Decapolis city overlooking the Sea of Galilee. From the east, but it is not directly mentioned in the New Testament. These cities, while joined as liege by the Romans to control the trade route that went from Arabia to Damascus and to provide protection for the eastern frontier, had a large measure of local autonomy. They minted their own coins, had jurisdiction over a large area, and ruled their own affairs. The culture of these prosperous cities was Hellenistic in all its Roman glory.
Hellenism and the Devotees. Alexander the Greek had a mission. He wanted the whole world to be under the influence of Greek culture in religion, language, philosophy, political structure, and values. He died before he could make his dream a reality, but his successor accomplished his goal to a large degree. Much of the known world, including many of the people of the land of Israel, adopted Greek ways, although they modified them with local beliefs. Greek culture installations were established
My
in
goodness,
many
you are in
cities.
New York. You connect. Is this the world end? Huh? What is this for connection in New York? Hmm? Go ahead.
including including many of the people of the land of Israel adopted Greek ways, although they modified them with local beliefs. Greek culture installations were established in many cities, including Jerusalem. Uh, Jerusalem. Theaters became common and popular. The rabbis of Israel forbade attendance of these theaters because their drama is portrayed the myths of Greeks and
So, with other words, everything what you see here are parts of Northern Africa, here Arabia, Middle East, Greek, Romans, Italia, German stuff here. What you see here is man-made, and when our people lived there, they started to persecuting us. They followed us even into Africa, inside there, to changing our, to changing us. They fought us. And when they saw they couldn't make it, they started to beat up in the 1600s. Yeah. They started to beat up in the early 1600s, our people in the East and then in the West, and they could make it. But in the beginning, we used to fight those people. And then they used to put people like Herod, Greco people, Roman people above us. These areas, brothers and sisters, if someone comes and tells me, oh, this areas is Jewish, this is where we used to come from, this is where I saw the lions in my vision, this is where I see Jesus in Armenia, this is where we used to see Noah's boat used to crash there, and all the animals came out there, etc., etc. These are damn lies. You are a dreamer. You dream false. You're sleeping and you have weird dreams, my friend, because this is completely fake. It is impossible, by the way. Impossible. They have found a country and they have renamed it. Even Israel, this name does not even exist.
yep.
Okay? Jewish name doesn't exist in our places. The names in the Bible doesn't exist. They have renamed, and putting things in place. And now we believe in this crap. And people getting tons of subscribers for misleading our people and separating us even more.
Well, sadly, it does say that many people shall accept the truth for a lie and a lie for a truth.
Yes. So now let us go here. It's very important. Everyone that wants me to send him this treasures, yeah, this big informations, maybe we will find someone that can share it, because I will definitely take this video out, because I know my channel. I know my people need to hear from me. I have other things to share, because they will take this video down. They will break my legs, and I don't want this. Okay, so now, the honors that were paid the Jews and the liege that were made by the Romans and other nations with them. We want to say something before we start?
Yeah. In the paragraph that you kind of skipped over, which is fine. What they were doing in there, guys, was they were just practicing paganism, and they kept accepting it more and putting it into their culture. So this is how our people have fallen. They started to accept the ways of the heathen, and then they became like them, and that's why the Most High turned their back and threw them into slavery again.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. You have said it very well. Yeah. That's why they took the book of Maccabees out. Okay. Yeah. Because it's in the book of Maccabees, there's truth in it. Yeah, we
And
have to
that's why,
we have to ask ourselves, why do they have uh, Alexander the Greek in the book of Maccabees? Why do they call us Jews? They started calling us Jews, but now how can it be that they became the Jews? Huh? All these practices that they started to telling us, don't do this, don't do this. Start eating pork. Start do violence against your family. Start hating your neighbor.
and
Okay.
become gay and all this other crazy stuff.
Exactly, brother. I didn't even want Alexander the gay man. It's not Alexander the Greek, but Alexander the gay lord.
Yeah.
You understand? You see, we know those people. Hmm? And this is also where you see the Pharisees here, because Greek mythology is very important. I will share it with everyone that wants this kinds of knowledge. Don't ask me where I got this from. Because Greek mythology offered heroes and role models who competed with the Jews' biblical ancestors, the Pharisees. Devoted to keeping God's people faithful to Torah constantly admonished young Jews intrigued by Greek culture. Hellenistic cities had stadiums for the public display of athletic contests. You see people today of our people. Oh, we are
Bodybuilding.
exactly. Everything started long time ago. There is nothing new under the sun.
Yep.
I can really post it for everyone that wants to see it. Yeah, and this is the same things that you will find in the Maccabees, by the way. But therefore, you need all the books of Maccabees. You have to hear a little bit what Josephus has said. Okay, Josephus has also said very very important things. Yeah, Josephus the writer. Okay, so it's not all false what our people know, but that what we have to know is the wickedness came from the west that we used to call north or whatever. Okay, it came from there. That nZambi will not take our people and bring them even more into darkness,
Mm-hmm.
into Hellenistic. No, he said, "I will take you out from there."
Yep. And that's why the Most High has to clean up our heart, because we put all these practices into our heart,
Uh huh,
and not the Most High inside our
brother.
heart.
Their names, even in our languages, brother. Huh? Because
Mm-hmm.
because we're speaking English, because people thinking now English is our language. Yeah, we are American. Yeah, but you can stay American, yeah, and die as American. But me, I know that even in my country, the Portuguese, the Spanish or the French that I speak, it's not mine. So I have to try to come the wit of out of it. It is imprison me. So, which means I must relearn the things that I forgot. Because all this happens to us, the school system from them, the, eh, the religious system, the festivals, it's here. Everything was pagan, Roman, Greco, and they also took it from the Egyptians. So, like you see, the Egyptians, the Western people, the Romans, and the Greeks, all this area where Deconis was, where also you will find Tripolis. In this area, everything happens. They control us to become that what we are today. And now people will tell me, there the Jews lives there. Which kind of Jews? These are names that those people gave us. My goodness, eh? The letter J does not even exist in our lifetime. Writing books in the latest 2021 and giving it us to us and saying, "Oh, now you are the Jews." What? Huh? Who should believe in this crap? Huh? Do you want to go 400 more years into slavery or what? Now, the honors that were paid the Jews. Okay? Now, don't be confused. Okay? We are called the Jews too. Okay? Now, and the legions that were made by the Romans and other nations with them. Now, when Caesar was come to Rome, he was ready to sail into where? Africa. To fight against Scipio and Cato. When Hyrcanus sent ambassadors to him, and by them desired that they would ratify the league of friendship and mutual alliance which was between them. And it seems to me to be necessary here to give an account of all the honors that the Romans and their emperor paid to our nation, and of the league of mutual assistance they have made with it, that all the rest of mankind may know what regard the kings of Asia and Europe have had to us. Brother, did you ever read Psalms 83?
Yeah.
That all the nations gathered together from Asia, from all over,
Yep.
you know, to come to fight us?
Yeah,
Does it make sense now?
yeah. Because back then, everyone tried to take us out, and then they all knew we had to come together against them.
But hey, did you learn it in history in school?
Not really much.
I told them. They will ask themselves where I got this from, my brother.
As I said,
And
our school system is called the public school system.
and that they have been abundantly satisfied of our courage and fidelity. For whereas many will not believe what have been written about us by the Persians and Macedonians, because those writings are not everywhere to be met with, nor to lie in public places, but among us ourselves and certain other barbarous nations. While there is no contradiction to be made against the decree of the Romans, for they are laid up in the public places of the cities and are extant still in the capital and engraven upon pillars of brass. May besides this Julius Caesar made a pillar of brass for the Jews at Alexandria and declared publicly that they were citizens of Alexandria. Out of these evidences will I demonstrate that I say, and I will not set down the decrees made both by the Senate and by Julius Caesar, which relate to Hyrcanus and to our nation. My brother, do you get this, man?
Yeah, so
Do,
so.
do you understand this?
I'll have to probably like read it for myself again. You know.
Brother, do in your spirit, does your spirit tells you about that what we have read? Brother, they know us very well. This Jewish makeup. This is a. It's like a woman used to make makeup. You know,
Yeah.
it changes.
Yeah. Well,
It's a
like.
made up people, man.
Mhm.
Made up people, and it is not made up, but it's a makeup that they put on us.
Mhm.
They themselves, they come, they saw us, took our identity. Now they used to fight with other nations against us. They inherited the true Africa where we lived, and started to take over. And the Romans were the power, but like you can see the Catholic Church today, they were the leading power, Herod and all these kinds of people. Like it is written today in in Dawidi's or Maza's chair, used to the devil used to sit on it. It's the Vatican, my brother.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you know, they became hunters. They hunted us by learning us, and then they put the
Uh,
skin of the animal that they hunted on and said, "This is what we are."
this is Revelation 12, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? It's Revelation 12. They started to hunting us like a dragon, and we start fleeing. You know, we start going to all over into Africa, and they start hunting us. It didn't start yet, and that's why if I ask my people what happened before 1600s. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. What happened before 1600? Huh? What happened here? What happened before 1600, Alexander?
There was a
Who?
kingdom.
There was kingdoms. We were kings. But they will tell you, no, 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 no. We just visit Africa for 1 second, and then the slave trade directly began, and they took us into slavery into America. So where's your kingdomship there now? Where have you been a king then? My goodness. You see? Now it is a shame. It is horrible. It is. I don't even want to continue. No, because this is complete history. This year is history.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? And yeah, I
Do
think that's
you
it.
do you want to play the video from the guy?
Yes, we can play 2 or 3 parts. Where do you have this guy?
I'll send
Very
it to you.
important. Very important. You have sent it to me before, right?
Yeah,
Wait.
I think you want this one.
Yeah, yeah. We can play something what he said. What did you see? What was most important? Because we can't play everything.
I think the one that I just sent you is the most important one. It's kind of going over what we talked about. It's the first one.
Hmm.
I just resent it to you.
I can't see anything.
Oh, uh,
I think your connection and it's, I think America is already falling. Babylon is falling, man.
yeah, it's falling quick. Uh, I see it. You know, the one with the star.
My goodness. Send it again because I did not receive anything.
The one with the
What?
star. Right? No,
Here is nothing, man. Here you are here. Can you see yourself
no, no,
here?
no.
Where is here something?
No. It says Jordan Maxwell and yeah, homeland for the Jewish people. That one.
Okay. Okay.
If you go back to the dictionaries, the encyclopedias, and you will find that back as far back as 1820, in the United States in 1820, there was a guy named Mordecai Noah,
This is what
and
we had
he, with
read.
other fellow Jews, wanted to set up a Zionist homeland in America.
Hmm.
And so they picked this the place for the new homeland back in 1820. They picked at Grand Island, New York. And that was where they began to proclaim that they were going to found the new Zionist home of the Jewish people in Grand Island, New York. Well, 1820s, that didn't work out. It fell through. That was okay because now in 1903, the British colonial secretary, Joseph Chamberlain, he suggested to Zionist Theodore Herzl, one of the main leaders of the Zionist movement. So back in 1903, British colonial secretary Joseph Chamberlain suggested to Theodore Herzl that he should put the homeland for the Jews at the Mau Plateau in Kenya, Africa. The idea was referred to by the Zionists as the Uganda program. So it was pointed out by the British to the Zionists, why don't you take your homeland for the Jews and put it in Africa, put it in Kenya, Africa. But after talking about it and thinking about it, the governments of Kenya and England and the rest and the Zionists, it all fell apart. They decided, no, forget it. They didn't need the Zionist homeland in Africa after all, so it was a bad idea. So a couple of years later, in 1905, a large group of angry and frustrated European Jews, not in the Middle East, this was in 1905, a large group of angry and frustrated European Jews formed an organization called the Jewish Territorialists. And their organization was, the aim of which was, they said they wanted to be the founders of a Jewish homeland of some kind, somewhere. They needed to establish a Jewish homeland on earth. And so it was called the Jewish Territorialist Organization, 1905. And they wanted to just find somewhere for the Jewish homeland. Well, that didn't work either. So it fell apart. So later on in 1928, in March of 1928, in the then Soviet Union, the Soviet Union suggested that the Russian Far East would be a great place. It was a great place for the homeland of the Jews. It was very far out, away from everybody. And so the communists said to the Zionists, why don't you put your homeland here in the Soviet Union? And so the new Soviet communist idea was called the Jewish Autonomous Oblast, OBLAST. So this particular idea that the Soviet Union came up with in 1928, it, like the other three, it didn't go anywhere, fell apart and nothing happened. Then in 1930, another brilliant idea was suggested by the British Zionist League. The British Zionist League in 1930 came up with a great idea that in Australia, there's a place called the Kimberley region in Australia. And that would be perfect for a Jewish home.
Now, Brother Trick, you have to say something.
Sammy Brothers.
Yeah.
Well, basically, because of my historical time when I was teaching world history here in my the town I live in, when I was reading some of the history that they have now put in some of the history books here, it's starting to expose a lot of the original narratives that people were taught. Like they learned the truth about the Crusades, that it was all fabricated for other reasons. And so when you look at what it says, like you said in Psalms 83, the Most High has given me the understanding that our people, because of the choices we made, became susceptible to those who wanted to control us. So because of our mixed spirituality and our because we didn't disagree like we should have, the other nations were able to take advantage of our weaknesses. And so we fell into the hands of those who wanted to take advantage of the wealth that we were sitting on as an inheritance. We fell into the hands of those who had a different agenda than to serve the Most High. And so essentially they fabricated a history to justify the concept of where we said, oh, well, the Jews, they rejected their God and Christianity received him. And so now we're the chosen people and we now inherit the kingdom. And of course, the Jews, they now reject their creator and we get their inheritance. And so essentially, by creating this false narrative, our people started to continue to believe that we became Gentiles, okay, instead of the real people. And so we kept falling into the trap that was being set for us by like the Moors, the Muslims, the Judaism, Christianity, and all those different factions that were all making wars of tyranny for the purpose of trying to extinguish the Banabitu. And so that continued to be, like it says in the scripture, they want to cut us off from being a nation. So then by becoming Gomer, the harlot, through the slave trade, now we're completely being eliminated by saying, oh, now you're not going to look for your inheritance anymore because you're not the people. They are. And so by creating this false illusion of this concept, our people then start to hate the Most High. We hate ourselves. We don't treat our brothers right. We continue to fight amongst ourselves, and they're sitting there laughing at us, looking at it like, hey, you guys, look at you guys. You know, they put us up in Hollywood. They put us up in entertainment. You know, the sex industry, everything that they're doing to us to get us to look stupid, they're doing while they're sitting there on the wealth. I mean, then you look at the 10 richest people in the world. Who are they? They're Jewish, you know, so they got all this inheritance and they're basically creating the history so that you don't see yourself. And that's basically what is you're validating everything that they're doing with this video.
Very good. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. No, it's horrible. Brother, everything that you see, all this entertainment industry and everything what you see here, brother, yeah, they have planned it for over years. This means all the books that we are reading also, uh, you have no evidence. It's like the fight didn't start from today. You was reading something from Timbuktu from Timbuktu to Africa or whatever. From you have different kinds of books. It will always tell you that, now Yaya Kefas is entering. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that happened, and I learned this from even another historian that I knew who's a preacher. We know what Constantine did. Constantine and his mother created it was a Bantu pope that actually consecrated him. Constantine and his mother came up with a plan to erase the history of the Banabetu, so that
This
no
is
one would
very
no,
good.
so that they would not acknowledge the truth about who the real Jews are.
They learn from us. It's even the Muslims. This Muhammad, the prophet, they learned from our forefathers when we were captive. Yeah, they start taking our priests and learning very well. It's everything very well in the book of Maccabees. It's there. No, yeah, yeah. Kifas,
See me, brother.
Babu.
Yeah, I mean,
Pleasure. Never
Hey,
been with you before.
greetings, greetings.
Mm,
Greetings.
Yes, Mbote, Mbote.
Mbote.
good.
First of all, what a wonderful breakdown of the history. Yes, yes, greetings, Alexander, Mikael, Trey.
Brother.
Yeah, beautiful conversation, beautiful conversation. These are informations that we need to hear. We need to hear this, we need to know this. So everyone who is listening in, take note, take note. Because even though the information is out there, many people are ignorant, of these facts. Many people are ignorant. And just think about it. If someone steals your identity, yes, why would he tell you the truth,
Mhm.
yes, about your history and where you come from? If he steals your identity, everything that comes out of his mouth will be a lie, right?
Right. Well, like I said, it goes back to
And
Revelation 3 and 9. But go ahead.
Mm.
They don't want
yes,
to worship at our feet. They've done everything possible with the fallen angels to keep from having to be judged by the Banabetu, to keep from worshiping at the feet of the Banabetu, and from serving Yakon. They do not want to do that. And so they will go to war like they're getting ready to do right now. They will go to war before they have to serve at our feet. And that's what the world's not understanding. Our people need to realize it's all about us. Everything that had been done, Esau does not want to serve Jacob again. You know that.
yeah, there's this Jewish guy, researcher. His name is Shlomo Sen, right?
Uh-huh.
I think he works for the University of Tel Aviv, or he worked, past tense. Shlomo Sen wrote a book, and in his book, he made the statement that the Jewish state is an invention, or the Jewish people is an invention. And this is a Jewish guy. And then you have this other guy, Arthur Koestler, who
Exactly.
says uh, that the Jews are
13
actually
tribes.
imported. Yeah, the 13th tribe. Yeah. But they never existed. But in the history, those people who are called Jewish today are actually Khazars. So when you know that the identity that they are claiming is false, they are actually of Turkish people. They are Turkish people. So their identity is false. They have nothing to do with the biblical Israelites. Not in the blood, not in the history. And many of them know, but they ignore it. Because being Jewish, or claiming that Jewish identity and being Jewish, it's all about the money and control. That's
Yep.
it. It has nothing to do with serving the Most High. It's about the money and the control that they have
Yeah, what do you
over
say
the
about
people.
that? How because like they have in made many other Jewish also in Ethiopia, in Tunisia. You have Jewish everywhere there. Yeah, they made even other nations in Africa to become Jews as well. Hmm?
Right. So I mean, essentially, what that does is about. It's like I said, it's about identity. The name Jewish, and I agree with Brother Kefas. They. You have people that I have met that are practicing Jews, and they
Exactly.
said that they became that way not because of who they
Blood.
are, blood.
It was
They
not
came
because
that way
of blood.
because it's status. What care
Uh-huh.
you get into all kind of different things, wealth, prestige,
Hmm.
money. I mean, when they carry that title with them, it's about money. It's about power. It's about wealth. It has nothing to do with the Most High. It's about
It's
the
the same
control
thing
factor.
with us. You can
Mhm.
only become a Benabeto if the Most High chooses you to become a Benabeto. It's not also because your bloodline really. Okay, this is also with them. It's the same with them, my brother. That's why they come from all kinds of different kinds of countries in Europe.
Right.
Huh?
I mean, and sadly, when you see what Christianity is doing with the connection, praying for Israel, praying for, um, and of course, they don't even know the story that they have in the Bible. The rabbis help make it up. The Jewish rabbis help because all of the popes since Napoleon or before are Jewish. So they a lot of the stuff that they're reading in the scriptures coincide with their lineage because they changed it, and most people don't even know that. I mean, why do you think they wear that star on the side of the hat of the Pope? They're telling you who they are.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
what's his name? The current sitting Pope, who says he's a Jesuit, is actually a Khazar, and they know it. He's a Khazar.
But you can go to Germany. There is in Germany. There's a place it calls Rhine, brother. They used to live there in mass. Hmm? If you see the First World War, okay, then you had Karl Marx and all these people that come with Porsche, Mercedes, and everything what we have today. All of them were Jews. Even Hitler himself. I can go so deep, my brother. My teachers, I had teachers that they were Jews. My girl that I was 7 years with, she was Jewish.
Yep.
But just to tell you, yeah, that these people here, they're not to joke. You can't joke with them, and they're so there's something in these people. It's like everything what they do goes no problem at all. There's no problem at all, my brother. The doors are open. Why? Because if you read that what we have what we have read, you will understand that they took it from us, and now it is like they used to. It's like they suck us off. They suck us off, and as long we do not come back to that what is ours, and it is not easy because it didn't start in the 1600. It started before that. We have to start understanding our history. Start going back to that what is ours to understand really the book of Maccabees is a gold to understand. Oh, Alexander the Greek, the Romans, the Babylonians, where did it came from? What happened there? You know, read their history, understand their history, and catch it. Then you will see where you are. And we fled long time ago to the Congo Kingdom. This year we are talking about a piece of people that stayed there.
He
Yeah,
frees.
Masa, you're totally right. No, you're totally right. Our ancestors, they fled into the interior of Africa, right? They fled into the interior of Africa and they built kingdoms. It's not like just overnight when they enter into Africa, into the interior of Africa, that the European came and starting with the Portuguese. to enslave us. That's not history, and that's not what happened. Yes.
Right. And
So
see,
even
go
if you
ahead.
look at the current history, when the Portuguese came, starting from 1482, when the Portuguese came, and when they started to fight with the Congos and with the Angolan people, yeah, let me just say the people of the Kingdom of Congo, because they started to aggressively fight against. Because first of all, our the kings, they didn't want to sell their own people. Okay, they was selling prisoners, because when you talk about the African slaves, eh, what those people like to do, all the Africans were selling each other. That's not true. Yeah, we were not selling each other. But let's not go there. So when they start to get slaves, the Portuguese, yeah, they started to fight the kings and to take slaves, to kidnap people. Many of them were also taken to the island of Saint Tomé. Yeah, the island of Saint Tomé. Now, those who really love to go into the history of the black Jews of Portugal, they say all the black Jews of Portugal were brought to Africa. And that's the reason why you have African Jews in Angola and Congo. That's not true. That's not true. And not all black Jews, Portuguese, or Spanish Jews um, uh, were taken into slavery. Some of them fled the country when the Inquisition began. And where did they go? They went to Africa. Why go to Africa? Why not go to other parts of Europe? But they went to Africa because they knew that Africa is their homeland.
Well, I've also come into some history talking to Moors, that they actually initiated a lot of this stuff before the Europeans. As a matter of fact, the one guy I talked to said, they gave the maps to Columbus. They were running, if you look at the Mali Empire, um, which actually came into the Americas, because you have proof of this now. The Mali Empire went to South America, they went to North America, they went to Asia, all these different places, and the people working with them were Bantus, either in a slave capacity or some form of indentured servitude. So we had Bantus coming over here with the Moors long before Columbus even set
Oh
foot
yeah,
over here. And
yeah,
so
that's
that
true.
history has, and even when the Moors controlled Europe, we were. You want to know what's really sad about this whole situation? They were putting certain Bantus in Europe in certain positions to where they weren't even helping our people. They were helping the establishment of the religions. So we had our own. Like I said, there were black popes who were Bantus. They were literally, um, like I said, cutting us off, and they were working for. That's why it says in Jeremiah 50, our own shepherds caused us to go astray. Remember, to cause us to go over the mountains and be scattered, because we had a lot of
Hmm.
we had a lot of Judases working against the Banabetu on behalf of other nations, because of the promises that were being made to them. And see, they because of they had. That's why people say, "Oh, we didn't know nothing about Africa." They had Africa mapped out. Okay, all of those European countries had Africa mapped out. They knew what tribe was where. They knew where everybody was because of the Moors. So when they started to do the move to make us go into captivity, they already had it set up. They had the stations set up. They had everything set up in America, Europe, Asia. They had it all set up. And all they had to do was start running it. It was a system. The system was already in place. That's the deception about to the American people. They don't understand that whole system was already set up before they even started. They even had the Knights Templars coming over to make the deals with Native Americans as to how they were going to get everything set up. long before it all started, and that's the hidden aspect of the history they don't teach you.
Hmm.
Yeah, they were running it already. It's one
You
of
know,
those things where
there was this guy who said if someone tells you a story, yes,
mhm.
and he lies just one in his story, don't believe him. You know? So when he tells you a story and there is a sentence of a lie, take his
That is
whole
a good
story and
one.
throw it in the garbage.
I tell
Okay?
you.
Now
It's a very
that
how
shows a
can it be that
character.
the holy people, if you say something bad against them, or you know, you, this video here, if I would put it here, brother, I would have a three strike in one time. You know, you can see people like how many people's channel do you these people used to close. You know, so I really, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
We should learn from that, and I really hope that we will have our private schools that will teach us a little bit more. You know, they took all the books of, find the fourth book of Maccabees there, find the fifth book of Maccabees there, when the Hannibal used to fight against the Romans and Greco stuff and stuff. Read these books and you will see, this Bible, it is really a historical book too. There's some historical stuff in it, you know, and it has nothing to do with, oh yeah, that these people are the real Jews or whatever, that these people are the real people in the book.
yeah.
And this
All
is
right.
why it's really really important for us to uh you know really starting doing more researches. Tata nZambi always used to say, if you travel you will understand more. Traveling is very important. People used to travel, but they used to ask the wrong questions. If I travel to a country, what kinds of things do you want to do in this country? If you're a truth seeker, you go to the right persons to ask. You can go today to those people that we call Moroccans, Algerians. They will tell you how the most the Jews. There are so many Jews there. There are Moroccan Jews, Algerian Jews, Ethiopian Jews. How did an Ethiopian become a Jew? He's a Moor. He's a Hamite.
Abraham Lincoln.
Hmm? How did he become a Jew? Hmm? How eh? Tell me how he became now a Jew from the seed of Yakuba. Huh? Now, oh, Ethiopian Jew. No, we Igbo. We Igbo. We came from there. We Igbo. Wait a minute, Igbo. Jew, the name doesn't exist, Igbo. Hmm? What kind of Jew are you? Hmm? Are you a Jew from them? Or are you this Jew, what they used to call us? Hmm? What kind of Jew are you? Because they're imposters Jews. Hmm? And this Jew name is it's a brother. It is demoniac, demonic. It is horrible.
Well, like
Hmm?
brother Kefas went to Curacao. I went. That's how I woke up too. And the lady was doing all of the explanations of everything. We saw both the cemeteries of where you saw it, Kefas, where they had the Jewish and the Roman Catholic cemeteries. There's many ships captains sitting in that Jewish cemetery. One of them owned over 100 ships. Okay, where he was transporting us Bantu people through that corridor. It was like that's why Corazon, the heart. That was the staging point. They took that and they scattered us from that point to various destinations, like Kefa saw, and that was the whole system of bringing us into that into that indoctrination. The breaking everything started from there, and see, um, our people don't even recognize that in the Caribbean, like that lady when the minute I said to her, I've been doing this history, this research about the real Jews. He said, yeah. She goes, this was her comment. We know who we are. We just can't say anything about it. It's like they knew, and see, this is the frustration of the Most High. I can sense it. Is that we need to quit doing that. We need to recognize who we are. We need to understand that.
Brother,
Yeah.
brother, wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Hmm? Huh? The thing is much easier. Do you know why I love the Arab so much? Huh? An Arab is easy to catch. It's not like a Christian. A Christian is like a fool, huh? But the Arab, if you tell him 1948, it's like, hey, yeah, these people, they are not the Jews.
Yeah, a guy
Huh?
told me that. An Arab told
These
me that.
people are imposters.
Imposter.
Yeah,
Huh? Liars. You can go to Northern Africa, to the Egyptians. They will tell you, here, this is not our land. Huh? This is not our land. Huh? They catch my father in the street and told him, do you see this Nile River? Normally, you used to come and tell this Nile River, go away because you guys used to live here. It's your country. Egypt is ours. Do you know that?
yep,
Jacob and all these people, this was our place in Egypt. What is Egypt? Upper and lower Egypt. All the complete Sudan down to the Congo, brother.
yep.
But where is it today? Hmm?
Libya.
And this is where these Jews became so prideful. Now everyone, brother, we have Jews in the north, in the East Africa, in up to this Middle East and Arabia. Even Arabians that you see there, this Muslims. We have Muslims, Jews, they are Jewish. Do you know that? They are one family with Ishmael.
Yep.
This is what you see. Edom will marry with Ishmael, with the Horites, with the Moabites. What where's my people there? We have nothing to do with that. And now, for that, what we have to do is we have to go rid of it. Let us try to become one nation again and go to the branches only. Because there, they shoot in those areas. But brother, this Jewish bullshit is not ours. When Constantine and Napoleon and Alexander the Greek, um, Caesar, they have done a great work. You could see how we used to fight against lions. You could see how we used to fight each other. Sports, birthday, eating different kinds of food which should we eat. Brother, read these books, understand what they have done to us. Yeah. And the people started fleeing and fleeing and fleeing. And still today, brother, we haven't come back to the Most High. You see? And that's why, my brother, as long we are seeking for something that is, we can say it is ours, but it's also not. Because they have mixed it up, they have changed it. Okay? And if you want to enter into this ways, it's like you're just following something that is wicked. Brother, what kind of language did we speak in this time? All of us. Because it must be like that we could interact with each other. How could it be that the Romans could interact with the Greeks? How could it be that the people from Moab, we have read it, they talked to the people in China. We read it here in history. They all came together with Armenians and all these kinds of things. What kind of language did they spoke so that they could interact with each other?
All right.
You see? Brother, we are fighting against one family. Sorry, brother Alexander. But we are fighting against one family, brother.
Well, Rothschild proved that. It's,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's all one
So they
family.
understand each other very well.
Yeah.
Okay? That's why you can see that the Jewish from America, the Jewish from France, the Jewish from Germany, where
Oh,
these Jews come from? Where did they born? Which kind of dragon has put these eggs into the earth? Huh? Who gives birth to those nations? No.
right.
Now, taking those people of them to leading us. Of course, you will not flee to Turkey. Of course, you will not flee to Holland. Of course, you will not flee to Russia. You see, and that's why it's about to getting more teachings in spirit about ourselves and learning as much we can, my brother.
Well, it's like our brother Chiba said. Our people, there's no way they couldn't know the Kikongo to come and talk to us to do anything. They had to know it. You can't take a nation into captivity without knowing the language. So they are, like I said, that's why they're hiding it from the rest of the world. They know the Congo Lolo is the language, and they refuse to accept. They refuse to. Our people need to accept the fact, especially people in Africa, that that's how they did it. They have to be able to. Our language had to be in theirs in order for them to do anything with us, and they know it.
Yeah, the proof is in the Bible itself. When you go into the codes, yes, when you go into the Strongs, the Bible codes, what they did is they took the Kikongo words or the Kikongololo, the words of the Bantu, they took it, and they changed up the words and they mixed it with the Yiddish tongue, and that's how they created the modern Hebrew. Yes, that's how they created Hebrew, how they hide the code later. Yeah? Because when you read the Bible, you only read the translation. Yeah? So they hid the codes in the Strongs. Now, when you decode the Strongs, you will see the Bantu languages in it.
Inside,
And that,
exactly, but
Hallelujah.
pure, but
Hallelujah.
100%.
okay, and that's something that the
And this
Hebrew
is where you can
Israelites
catch
don't
them
understand,
really that this
because
Greco languages,
they
this
follow.
Yiddish language is just imposter, makeup.
Yeah, it's a makeup language. Yeah? And that's something that the Hebrew Israelites really need to understand. Yeah, our ancestors did not speak Yiddish. Yeah? You can call it, even if you
Or
call it
Arabic.
Paleo Hebrew. You know, I don't know about that.
Well, see, like I
Yeah,
did in the video, the proof of it is okay. Listen to a person that speaks Yiddish. Listen to their English accent, like somebody like Benjamin Netanyahu, and now compare it with a person in the Caribbean who still has the accent. Do they even sound alike when they speak in English? No. They have a different overtone, they have different pronunciations. They don't sound alike. So how could they be speaking Yiddish? Because the Caribbean people still have they still carry the accent. And so they don't sound alike. So it cannot be Yiddish.
no, it's not Yiddish. Yiddish is really a Slavic tongue mixed with German, you know. And they took some Kikongo words, they manipulated it, and that's how they made up Yiddish. It is not. It
It's a
did not
it's a
exist.
new language that
It's a new
was
language.
that they have learned, and we know they are smart, so that they can communicate with each other.
Right. Codes.
Yeah? And this is what we should also do, by the way. Huh?
Huh.
But it's so. This is brother. And the day that I will have my school, people will speak one language, my brother.
And then they put it all in
Congo.
Hollywood. They put it all in, and then they put it all in Hollywood and laughed about it. Planet of the
Exactly.
Apes. And what did
Exactly.
even in the second one, they showed the orangutan teaching the school. And I was like, are you serious, man? You don't see they mocking us right here?
Talking about the Jewish, like I
Yeah.
don't know, like this people here wearing red and blue and all these colors that you fringes and stuff. Oh my goodness, yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. But uh, yeah, we are coming near. I mean, we are here. We are understanding a little bit, but now if you go to Africa, our people need even more help. And I really hope that the nZambi will help us to spreading this word this messages history all over the world, so that people, some people really understand that the I do not, that what I do not understand is, it is like they all work, they're all pull on one string, one wicked person leader comes after another, but we as a nation separated and here and there. But if you see this wickedness what they have done to us, it was like a movie, one person comes after another, and all them put themselves together to fight us first, and still today, China, Greeks, Romans, they're sticking together. Do you know that the Greeks are one of the poorest people on the earth? But do you know, if
Yeah,
the
now
Greeks
they are.
cry one time, oh, we need your help, all the Europeans put the money together. Tak, tak, here, take. The Portuguese, brother. One, do you know what poor means? Poor. The Portuguese people. Do you know how tall they are? 130. They're small like this. I have them here.
Yeah, the Portuguese are small people.
Yeah,
They're
They are
really
tall
short.
like this. They are here, here,
yeah.
here,
The
at the
ships,
door.
the ship doors,
Yeah,
when they have those replicas of their ships, their doors are very small. They weren't big at all.
So, my brother, I want to tell you, my brother,
Napoleon
yeah,
size.
they can lie to us like they want,
Napoleon
but
size.
it is time. It is really time, to show the world that it is not only about one people. To show them that we are the people, and not only that, because I really believe that the Most High will show them that we are the people. Because if we will show ourselves, this would make no sense. The Most High have to show them that we are the people. But that what we have to do is awaken our people. We have to keep going, awaken our people. I like my sister very much. She became a doctor with how old is she now? 22. Yeah, and yeah. But if it comes to history and those things, brother, she used to stand up in her school telling the teacher the truth. She used to take even her white friends, Turkish, black friends, they used to go do prep tests. Yeah. The youth from today is not the youth from yesterday, my brother. They used to take people and go outside and telling people, look, I saw people in Germany having books. Here, we are the true biblical people, brother. Youth. So the Most High will lead this movement. And the only thing what we have to do is open our hearts, especially as elder people. We have to start teaching our people so that they can become even stronger than we are. We have to start building another world for our people, that are the generation that is coming.
Yeah.
I was always saying, if I become 30 or something like that, I have already everything that I need. I became 30 and I was like, my goodness, I'm far away from it.
Welcome to life.
Brother, I'm
You
pushing
see,
50. What are you talking about?
Welcome to life.
it's like, what have I done? Where's the time?
Mhm.
Why I am here, But I can tell you, we are building. You will leave something. And that's why we have to continue doing this work. And as much we are talking about that things, as much the things are moving, are changing. And even these people that used to take our identity are trembling, because the cosmosphere is understanding now. These people are waking up to the natural form. Salvation will come from who?
The Yaoundé.
You see? So that's why the whole world is waiting for what?
The Yaoundé.
To be what?
Woken and on
Awoken.
top.
The anointment, the anointing. And this is what we have to fight for. Because they're stolen. They can, it's like it's like you're staying with them in one circle. Tata nZambi is coming now. Oh, my children's. And all of us in one place,
Hanoka.
right?
Hanok. The watch
Tata
is
nZambi is
eternal.
showing, now all of you are my children. I love you all. And they're like, yeah, we are also the Jews. Don't say something because maybe on our language they can catch us. And Tata nZambi is like, no, show me show me your brightness. Show me that you are really my child. And brother, this is where these people were starting to reveal themselves, like they are doing now already. Huh? Oh, we are not the Jews. We are the Zionists. We are liars. We are imposters. We are only waiting for Netanyahu himself to say that he is a liar. But he
Never.
already know.
I think he already showed it.
Brother, they are fighting themselves.
He's the greatest liar,
All right, brother.
Netanyahu.
And get to,
I will definitely post and directly taking this video out.
okay.
If someone needs the video, I don't know how to send this a 2 hours video, but I will tell you not to upload this video because YouTube is this is like the virus that is going on here. They really hate those things. That's why you can see many channels are down because it's not like that we are talking about those things and the world is not trembling. Okay, believe me, there is power in words. If you say one day I will build a house, and there is no house, believe me, there will come a day you will build it because you have said it. As much we say, as much we believe, as much we understand, we are creating. And from nothing, you will see everything that we have said will happen, will come true. Together,
And
brothers and sisters, thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you, Nabi Kefas. Thank you, Trey. Thank you, Gabriel.
Uvamo.
Yeah.
Olaquinu.
Yeah, Allah, my brother. Yeah. Thank you,
Sambalo.
Seka, for being here. Infinite Love, Sister Evan, and Bantu Reduction TV. We have so much more people that came online, and I hope we will definitely not upload this video because it is poison to the for the enemy. Love you so much. I will see you soon. Yeah,
All right.
Ingeta.
And get that. Hallelujah.